James and Wilson, pretty much the run-of-the-mill starting lineup for San Jose State in the last 10 games or so. Now time for the keys to the game, and for the keys to the game, we'll go with my partner, Alex.
Well, San Jose State's going to have to do a good job of containing the 1-2 punch of Avila and Bejarano. You know, also they've got to do the little things, clean up the offensive boards, hustle back on defense, hustle for, extra possessions, and you got to, play strong. And finally, they have to facilitate the basketball. I've liked what they've been doing, kicking the passes around the perimeter, make the extra pass, get open looks, cause mismatches on the outside, and, play to your strengths. Knock down that three-pointer shot, which in turn, it opens up the post play. Get those easy shots down low.
Well, I think one of the other keys, too, in this game is going to be the turnovers, because Colorado State just does not turn the ball over very much. They're very good about taking care of the basketball, and when you consider that they have a lot more experience on their roster, San Jose State with their 6 freshmen, that is going to be crucial. San Jose State can't afford to turn the ball over a lot with a team that takes care of the ball as much as they do. So those are the keys to tonight's game, and Spartans making their way out onto the floor wearing their home whites with San Jose State across the chest and the blue and gold trim down the sides. Colorado State in their deep green jerseys with the gold trim down the side, and with Colorado State across the chest. Jumping center for San Jose State will be Jaleel Williams, and he will be opposed by Geron Santo. Spartans will be moving from left to right to start off the first half. And we're about ready. Nice crowd on hand, even though the student section or student body isn't back yet for school, but a nice crowd on hand as we're underway from the event center. And winning the opening tip is Santo into the backcourt. Bejarano on the left side, and he tosses up to a driving Avila. Pulls up for a little floater, but it is no good. Didn't get all of it, I don't think, that he wanted. Now outlets to DJ Brown. Brown underhands back to Jaleel Williams for a 3-ball on its way, no good. And grabbing the rebound is Bejarano. Bejarano up to Octius, now on the left side wing. Tosses it back to Avila. This is something that they're going to do a lot. Perimeter movement, lots of ball movement. Around a screen goes one man. DeSeaman on the left side tries to drive in, stripping the ball away was DJ Brown, but a reach-in foul called against Brown.
The foul is on number 1, DJ Brown. His first team foul.
DJ's first foul, obviously, and the first team foul. Deciman at the free throw line for a pair. No score yet, still in the first minute of this basketball game. Deciman at the free throw stripe, misses his first as it rattled around and out. He's a 69% free throw shooter. This is a team that hits about 73% as a squad on average, so he misses his first one. Deciman knocks down the second one, and we have our first score of the night. 1-0, Rams with the lead. Jalen James brings it up the floor for the Spartans, dribbling with the right hand. Crosses over against DeSimeon. And now a spin pass underneath to Chris Cunningham. Pivots foot, now starts to dribble. Backing in against Avila. Turns on him and now throws a jump hook off the glass and down.
That's for Cunningham. They got to feed Cunningham, getting easy shots in the paint and limit those fouls.
Spartans showing a little bit of a full court press, broken by the Rams. Bejarano on a give and go. Back to Octius, who lays it in with a right hand.
They really got to cover up that back door, because if the leak man gets out, it's an easy play all day.
That was a nice give and go with some space for Octius as he accelerated through the zone. Crossover dribble, Jalen James, and now a 5-second violation called on James as Octius was right on him and staying with him. A well-defended play for Octius. And Jalen James with the turnover, and now the Rams will get it back. 3-2 the score. Spartans trail, 18:51 to play in the first. Octius really one of their better defenders, and you see why, as now a dribble drive attempted by Bejarano, but he can't get his shot to go down. Rebounded by San Jose State, and James wants to run. Wheels over to the right side, bounces a pass, intercepted by Avila, and Avila works it out. That was just not a wise passing option for Jalen James. Cunningham was guarded very closely. Avila on a dribble drive on the baseline, now loses the ball, and it floats up into the air into the hands of Jaleel Williams, who wants to run left to right. Pulls up at the wing on the left side, tosses over to DJ Brown for 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Tipped up and not out by the Rams, who now will bring it back and outlet. DeSimon on the left to Octius now. Octius, right-handed dribble, reverses it over to the right once more, and it's kicked into the corner for Bejarano. Bejarano down low for Avila on the right block, turns around his defender Jaleel Williams over the top of him. It goes off the front of the rim and taken away by DJ Brown. Brown up to James. James cross court to the left side for Wilson. Wilson into the corner now on the left where Jaleel Williams will slow it down, holds it above his head, and Chris Cunningham loses one defender as he falls to the floor. Open look for three now for Wilson from the right side, and it's an air ball that he shot over the rim. That's something you never see from Devontae Wilson. Just too much strength on that shot. Maybe he was thinking it was a 28-footer when in actuality it was a 22-foot shot. Now Desimon sets a screen on the right. Avila still controls it. The 6'7" forward as they cycle it around to the near side. From 12 feet out, backing his man in is Bejarano. Dumps it off for Avila. Down the lane he comes and lays it in with the right hand.
Now the Spartans got to get a defender down low to cover, Avila. They've been doing a pretty good job so far, really trying to limit his offensive possessions.
5-2 the score, 17 minutes to play here in the first. And the Rams on top. Spartans are 1 of 4 from the field to start off this game. Wilson has it on the right side angle, between the leg dribble, waiting for some motion from his offense, tosses it to the right side for Jaleel Williams, and a foul will be called away from the ball. It's going to be going against Chris Cunningham. Second team foul for San Jose State, and Chris Cunningham's first foul. We heard on the pregame show that the ticky-tack fouls are what has been hurting Chris Cunningham, and I think you got to consider that one as a ticky-tack foul.
Oh yeah, I mean when you have him and Avila getting into it down low in the post, it's a battle that San Jose State needs to be able to win.
Desimon on the left side, bounce pass, but Avila didn't know where that pass was going to go. It's intercepted by Cunningham, who gives it up to Isaac Thornton. Thornton tries to drive down the lane, and a foul is called, but it's not an offensive foul. They're saying that it is an offensive foul. They're saying it's on Isaac Thornton, and I don't see it, Alex.
Well, neither do I. I mean, he got good positioning to drive in. The shot was, altered because his body position, it didn't look like he was attacking anybody, in the air.
Yeah. And, Desimon, he was in the right position, which would help an official see a play like that, but still, I don't think the proper call. Whatever the case may be, it is a Ram basketball to the left side. Bejarano off of a screen, fires the three, and it's good. Bejarano with his first bucket of the night, and it's now an 8-2 game with 16 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Rashad Muhammad checks into the game for the first time, meanwhile, during that last break. And the Spartans' leading scorer in on the action right now. Thornton playing the point guard, dribbled it off of his leg, but it rolls right back to Muhammad in between the circles, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Rotates left, and now off of his dribble, looking for some help, bounces it back to Isaac Thornton off of his leg and out of play. Thornton frustrated, so is the Spartans bench. They trail 8-2, 15:48 remaining here in the first half, and we'll take our first time out from the Event Center. You're listening to Spartans basketball from Learfield Sports.
.com. Click donate or call 408-924-1218.
And along with me is Alex Scott. Welcome back inside the Event Center where the Spartans trail at the first time out 8-2. The score 15:48 remaining in the first. The Spartans just 1 of 4 from the field to start off this game, but more worrying. 5 turnovers for San Jose State in the first few minutes of this basketball game. 2 from Isaac Thornton, 2 from Jalen James.
And it's, again, these kind of ticky-tack turnovers. We talk about ticky-tack fouls. Well, some of these turnovers just really mental mistakes, kind of a brain fart, if you will. I mean, Colorado State going on a 7-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds, and San Jose State's been on a scoring drought for that long, too.
Yeah, they, it's just haven't been able to get too many shots away. Only 4 shots attempted. in this game, partially because they've been turning the ball over. Bejarano on the left side as the Rams move from right to left. Octius now dribbles it against Jalen James, tries to go to the rack, but he is partially blocked, I believe, by Chris Cunningham, who gets the loose ball, tosses it up the head to Jaleel Williams. Between the leg dribble on the left side, now puts it on the floor on the baseline, leaves his feet, tosses it back outside to DJ Brown, and Brown, wisely so, slows it down. Chest pass up top now. In between the circles is Rashad Muhammad. Head fake behind the back dribble. Step back, and he can't get a shot away because a foul is called against Avila. How about the ball movement right there and the ability to maneuver around one defender from Rashad Muhammad?
Impresses every time he's out on the court. He impresses me with a new move and new what he's been able to learn. Very impressive.
He doesn't use that behind the back dribble all that often, but he pulled it out right there and got the foul, as now Rashad has it again on the left side wing. Chucks it over to the right for Jalen James. Backs away from the defense from Octius. Octius eye to eye with him. He had that 5-second call earlier because he was so close. Now around a screen. Muhammad has it on a handoff from Williams. Wants to drive. He does. Gets into the paint and just tosses a shot up into the hand of Decimon, who pulls it away from him. Now the Spartans double team on the breakout, but Decimon gets it back right to the hoop with a left-handed lay-in.
Joe Decimon.
Decimon looking very good. He's been a starter for the last 5 games for this team. And now the Spartans back to work, trailing by 8. Muhammad high right-handed dribble. Throws it left side. Jaleel Williams wants to drive. Finger roll, and it drops right in. Nice move from Jaleel Williams, guarding the defender with his left hand and then taking the ball in his right and just scooping it up in.
That's a key thing that San Jose State needs to do. Need to get more attackers inside the paint. Get up high. Get to the glass.
Avila on the perimeter, cycles it over to the right side where it's tossed down low now from Bejarano against DJ Brown. He has a left-handed dribble, turns on DJ, tries to go off the glass, no good, too strong. But battling for that rebound was Avila, who gets a shot away, does not fall, but he is fouled.
And this is just a credit to how talented Avila is. He's only 6'7" out there, but he plays like he's about 6'10". A very athletic, hard-nosed working player.
Yeah, Bejarano and Avila will get a lot of those rebounds. They account for some 17 almost of the 39 rebounds per game that they average. Devontae Wilson and Brandon Mitchell come into the game for San Jose State. Free throw, the first one was missed by Avila, who's an 80% free throw shooter, so a rarity there. Spartans trail 10-4 with 13:55 remaining in the first half. Avila fires up the second free throw, and it just does fall after getting the shooter's roll. Avila now will check out, and we'll see the first time David Cone, the 6'2" freshman guard out of Illinois. And Cone will be guarding against DJ Brown, who drifts over to the right side with a right-handed dribble, now crosses over, has his head up on a swivel, looking to pass. Head fake, and now tries to step back, still has it alive. As he gets into the lane, tries to float a runner up there, but it is no good, didn't even get to the rim, and taken away by Octius. Octius to the right side, Bejarano. Now Cone thought about shooting the 3, but he pulls it back down because DJ Brown got right on top of him. Decimon to Octius on the left, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Good ball movement to Cone again, now into the backcourt for Bejarano. Bejarano with a touch pass into the right side, now in the corner for Octius. Maneuvers up top again, and lots of perimeter ball movement. Brandon Mitchell guarding against Bejarano. Octius with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to go around a screen, now jumps into the lane. He is fouled as he got a shot away. With time expiring on the shot clock, you don't like to see a Spartan foul there, but the 5th team foul on the first foul to Devontae Wilson.
Octius may not get a lot of press because, you have Avila and Bejarano, but he's a very talented player. Good, knows to, get to the paint, get to the basket. He's a pretty good defender as well.
Pretty crafty, I think. 12.2 points per game for him. Octius hits his first free throw. 11 of 15 games in double figures this year for him. And he has a knack for getting to the free throw line where he's very good. 68 points this year from the free throw line for Octius as he misses his second one.
That's being a student of the game.
Yep. Get your points no matter how you can get them. And if you can get them at the free throw line, those are always free buckets. James has it and exchanges with Muhammad on the right side. Now in the backcourt, turns his back on the defender Cohen and tries to go around a screen from Cunningham, but he went the wrong direction. Now still controls it. Behind the back dribble, 10 seconds on the shot clock, nowhere to shoot for Muhammad, so he resets to James. James around a screen now, almost slips, gets the pass away, but it's taken away by Bejarano as they were trying to find Chris Cunningham. And in the exchange, it is knocked out of play off of Bejarano, then off of Devontae Wilson last, and it will remain a Ram basketball. A little sloppy on that possession for the Spartans, as they're running out of time on the clock, then tried to get a pass away.
Going back on the defensive, offensive end, it could have been, something very good, something nice, but just again, ball slipping out of the hands, something you got to control the basketball when you have it.
8 turnovers already for San Jose State, and we only have 12-15 to play here in the first. Not good numbers for the Spartans so far. Bejarano dribbles into the lane and throws it outside where it was bobbled by Desamon. And then he traveled with it. So the Spartans now will have it. Hurst comes in for the first time. Carlton Hurst, another freshman on this team. Lots of freshmen on this squad, although they don't get that much playing time. Hurst comes in for the first time. He averages just about 15 minutes off the bench for this team out of Denver, Colorado. Thornton playing the point guard now with Brandon Mitchell and Rashad Muhammad. Devontae Wilson has it, just gets a pass away back out to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in, lowers a shoulder, and knocks a defender to his backside. Mitchell still has it on the left side block and now gets it away to Cunningham. Cunningham wants to back in against the bigger body of Santo, and he does. Kicks it outside for a three-point shot, too strong from Wilson. Long rebound comes outside. Wilson leaves his feet and collides with Hurst, and a foul will be called against Hurst.
The foul is on number 12, Carlton Hurst.
Carlton Hurst went airborne to try and get to that ball, but so did Wilson, and Hurst gets called for the foul as they collide. 12-4 the score, 11:37 remaining in the first half. A break in the action. You listen to Spartans basketball from Learfield Sports.
Time on the patio behind section 7.
And along with me is Alex Scott. Welcome back inside the Event Center. Colorado State 12, San Jose State 4 with 11:37 to play here in the first. And still the glaring number for the Spartans, 8 turnovers in the first half so far, and the Spartans just playing sloppy. Jalen James 3 turnovers, Isaac Thornton 2 turnovers, and because of that, the Spartans just haven't been able to put too many shots up. They're 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Colorado State 4 of 10 from the field, and they are 1 of 1 from three-point range.
Yeah, it's just careless basketball. You can't do that. If you want to be able to win a game, that's something that you got to shore up and not do.
Number 2, Jillian Williams returns to the Spartan lineup.
Yeah, you're averaging just about a turnover a minute right now if you're San Jose State. Not good. Spartans do have it, though, to start off now as Wilson inbounds to Williams. And he underhands it right to Isaac Thornton. Tries to give inside to Chris Cunningham, but it was thrown out of his reach. Knocked off of his hand and out of play. And there is turnover number 9. Wow. Needs to be cleaned up right now. Fortunately, the Spartans have been playing good defensively to not allow Colorado State to really take advantage of these turnovers. Octius in between the circles, moves it over to the right side. We're rotating back up top is Cone. Cohen to Octius and back to Avila. Guarding him gingerly was Cunningham. Good ball movement again as a cutter goes through the lane. Back to Cohen. And Octius in the backcourt. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Not worried about it. Octius goes around one defender, Cunningham, but runs right into Isaac Thornton. Tries to throw it off of Thornton and out of play. Just as time was expiring on the shot clock, he couldn't do it. It's taken over by San Jose State. Nice defensive stand there by the Spartans. Thornton on the right side. Shuffles over between the circles, tosses a bounce pass to Williams. Rises up from 12 feet away and knocks it down. Jaleel Williams with 4 points so far. And a timeout now from San Jose State. Colorado State takes their 32nd timeout. So even though, Alex, the Spartans have committed 9 turnovers in the first 9.5 minutes, they're only down by 6.
Yeah, I mean it's very impressive. Looking at, as you talked about earlier, the points off the turnovers, as San Jose State hasn't let Colorado State get out to a big margin. It's only 5 points off the San Jose State turnovers. So, San Jose State potentially don't commit those turnovers. They're only down by 1.
Yeah. Well, and you have to consider, too, this is a Colorado State team that averages just about 8.5, maybe 9 turnovers a game, and they're already at 4. So they're not playing their best brand of basketball either right now. 12-6 to score. Rams on top, 10:30 to play in the first. And they have it with Avila on the right side. Skip past to Cohen, who immediately reverses it into the corner again. On the left for Hurst. Rotates up top, hands it across over to the right again. On the wing, jab step against Rashad Muhammad. Turning against him as Cohen jumps into the lane, tries to get a shot away, right off the bottom of the rim and rebounded by Muhammad. Pulls up now, open look for 3, and it's good!
That's good. Good placement, smart basketball IQ to get the defender trailing and just throw up a beautiful shot.
9-12. Spartans still trail. However, you can sense they're starting to turn around on the offensive side. Muhammad's into the game still. And Bejarano with a dribble drive. He is stripped by Isaac Thornton. Outlets to Muhammad. Muhammad wants to drive, goes to his left, hangs in the air. He's fouled. Muhammad will go to the free throw line. That foul is going to go against David Cohen.
That's something that San Jose State's been needing to do, is get somebody to do at least dribble drive into the paint and try to attempt a shot.
That's what you need to do.
Well, I mean, because if you have all your players spread out around the perimeter and there's nobody inside except your 5, you got to at least get some action off the ball.
Muhammad with his first free throw to come here. Spartans trail 12-9. First free throw gets off the back of the rim, no good. Best free throw shooter on the team, second best free throw shooter on the team, 83% for Rashad Muhammad this season. Interesting because Muhammad didn't hit a 3-point bucket against Nevada. They had 6 against Utah State, in which the Spartans set a school record for most threes hit in a game with 15. Muhammad's second free throw is good. He has 4 points now to lead all San Jose State scorers with 4. Also Jaleel Williams with 4. And those two are the game's leading scorers. Low scoring affair so far, 12-10. Spartans trail with 9.5 to play. Cohen on the left side. Fires down low again for Octius, who reverses it up top for Avila. Avila right-handed dribble, but hands it off to Desamon, and pulling up is Hurst, and he was harassed by Isaac Thornton, stripped the ball away, but he kept it alive. Octius gets it back now, bounces off of Wilson, tries the lay-in, no good, and a loose ball is grabbed by Jaleel Williams, and a body falls down, stripping it away from Williams was Desamon, but it was ultimately taken right back by San Jose State. Well, that was a scrum right there underneath the basket.
Yeah, like 3 Spartans right on Octius.
Spartans looking to tie or take the lead on this possession. Williams on the left elbow. Crossover dribble, now drives in, tosses up a floater, rattles around and out. Almost got it to go home, but can't score it. Meanwhile, in transition, here comes Cohen on the left, on the baseline, and a foul is called against Devontae Wilson. It'll be the Spartans' 6th team foul. And for Wilson, that's his second personal foul. Second personal foul. So they'll inbound underneath their own hoop. Carlton Hurst will be the trigger man. And Avila has it in the backcourt. Chest pass to the left side, and now down low again for Hurst. Swings it back up top. where Bejarano has it. Off of his dribble, bounces down low to Avila, working against Chris Cunningham, gets both hands in his face as his jumper does not fall. Too strong off the back iron, but Bejarano gets the rebound. Very quick to those loose balls is Bejarano. Now with speed, Octius bounces into the lane, but he traveled with it. Boy, he came in out of nowhere, got the handoff, looked like he was full sprint, and Octius tried to stop on a dime against Devontae Wilson, but as he did it, he traveled.
I mean, I don't know.
Could have been clocked for speeding there, I think.
He could have been. I mean, he might have some Roadrunner heritage in his down in his family tree. I don't know.
Very fast. Still 12-10, Ram lead. 8 minutes to play. Williams tries to lob underneath for Chris Cunningham, but it was way over the top of his head and taken away by the Rams. Another turnover. Avila on a give and go very quickly. The other end of the court lays it in easily. He has 5 points now, and it's a 4-point advantage for the Rams, 14-10. Thornton crosses over in the backcourt. Chest pass to Williams. Back over to Wilson. Like to see Devontae Wilson land his first bucket here, but it's back to Rashad Muhammad on the left side. Step back three on the way. Good. Rashad Muhammad not afraid to shoot it with a hand in his face, and partially because he's got that high arcing shot that almost brought rain into the event center. 14-13, 1 point advantage for the Rams. Octius, Dedesaman on the left side. They'll toss it down low on the baseline to Hurst. Back up for Avila, motioning Bejarano to go around his screen. He does. He steps back for a three on the way. It's offline off the right side of the rim. Avila touches it last, and it goes out of bounds. The Spartans will have the basketball when we come back to the event center. 14-13 the score. Rams with the 1 point lead. 7 minutes to play in the first. A break in the action. You're listening to Spartans basketball from Learfield Sports. And along with me is Alex Scott. Welcome back inside the event center. 14-13 the score. Rams with the lead, 7:01 to play in the first half. Still an issue is the turnovers, with 10 so far from San Jose State. However, they've really limited them since they started off the game with 9 in the first 9 minutes. And since that point, also the Spartans have been getting some production from their freshman guard. Rashad Muhammad, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. He has 7 points to lead all scorers, and the Spartans are shooting 45% from the field and now trail by 1.
Very impressive right now for Rashad Muhammad. We were talking about, in the break, he's got that Reggie Miller type shot, the very high arcing, not afraid to get contact, defender in his face, and he knows, I can shoot it over you. You could be 7 foot, I can shoot it over you. Heck, if you're 6'4", I definitely can shoot it over you.
And that forces teams really to think about how they have to guard him, because you can't give him space. He'll take it, even if it's just an inch. So if you get on him, and then he has the ability to go around you, or he opens up lanes for other players. And now Matt Pollard enters the game for San Jose State along with Chris Cunningham. One of the first times this year I can remember those two being on the court at the same time, and a catch and shoot three on its way from Rashad Muhammad. No good, however, he is fouled. How many times this year?
Sooner or later we're going to say, he attempts a three and he's going to get fouled. It's a.
I'd love to go back into the stats and see how many times he's done that this year, because it's more than any other player I can remember, and at least in the more recent years for the Spartans. But Rashad Muhammad now will have a chance for 3, and Spartans trail by 1. His first free throw is good. And so many times this year he's hit that shot, too. which is the even more crucial thing. So the Spartans have tied it up now at 14 with 6:48 to play, and Rashad Muhammad bending the knees for the second free throw. And it's on its way and also good. So Muhammad gives the Spartans the lead. Spartans did have just a 1-point lead very early on in the first minute of this basketball game. But the Spartans now with a 15-14 lead. They trailed by as many as 8 points in this first half. They were never really out of it. It was just the turnovers that were limiting their offense from getting back and getting some scoring. As Coach Wojcik shakes his head, yes. Thank you, Coach.
Well, you got the approval.
16-14 the score as Muhammad hits his next one.
I think you got a job on the coaching staff there, Justin.
No, I would respectfully decline. 16-14. Boy, it got silent in here for those free throws, didn't it?
People are at a hush just because of how clutch. You know, those free throws are, good.
Meanwhile, Bejarano lays it in, and now the Spartans bring it back from left to right. Cunningham exchanges with James on the right side. James crossover dribble, now double team, swings it back for Cunningham. Cunningham for three, and it's good!
Big man showing you the range from beyond the arc. That's impressive.
I got to tell you, he was shooting threes in practice at Utah State, and he did not miss in a span of about a minute. He shot about 12 shots, just catch and shoot, and he didn't miss. So he has the ability. It's just getting open and getting the opportunity. Meanwhile, they answer with a three of their own, and it was Bejarano again knocking down the three-point shot. He has 8 points so far. And back and forth we go now to another tie at 19. But how about Chris Cunningham, who even checked, I think, his footing there to see if he was on the three-point line or not. But he got that toe back, shot the three, knocked it home. Now Rashad Muhammad off of a pass. He shoots the three, and it's raining threes in the event center. Rashad Muhammad, 13 points. And now our timeout has been called by Colorado State.
Is it just me, Justin, or did Steph Curry and Klay Thompson just like walk into the building, a quick turnaround from Brooklyn to come right here? That's very
It's
impressive.
a long flight, but they made it quickly.
Oh, yeah.
22-19, San Jose State with the lead, 5.5 to play here in the first. But San Jose State with Rashad Muhammad having 13 points. The coaching staff from Colorado State was not too pleased that they left Rashad Muhammad open right there.
You can't do that, even if, he is a freshman, but he's showing you that he has senior-like scoring capability.
So the Spartans have once again proved that they can come from behind in any game. They were down by 8. It really looked like they were just no energy, nothing going here in the first, but have responded. It's now 22-19, thanks in part to already 13 points from Rashad Muhammad from the Spartans. Bejarano in the backcourt to Octius now. Reverses it to the left side corner where it's dumped back out for Avila. Catch and shoot three, high arcing ball on the way, no good. Out of the hand of Bejarano, rebounded by Chris Cunningham. Outlet to Muhammad. Muhammad pulls up, 28-foot three-pointer. It's good! It's not supposed to be that easy. 25-19. Rashad Muhammad is on fire. 4 for 4 from three-point range. Avila on the left. Moves it to the left side corner now. Gets it back to Bejarano. Around a screen he goes. Stops at the elbow. Now turns and Matt Pollard swats him away. The big fella, the 7-footer, and another freshman on this team. After having a career high in minutes of 20 against Utah State, stayed with Bejarano and swatted it away.
That was very impressive by Matt Pollard. Found himself good footing, stayed with him and just said, I'm taking this away from you.
25-19, San Jose State with the lead. Rams to inbound underneath their own basket after it was off of Pollard last. Tossed into the backcourt. Bejarano has it between the circles. High arcing pass to Octius, and now Octius back to Bejarano. Holds the ball above his head before he gives to Hurst. Hurst into the corner for Octius. Puts the ball on the floor. He is swatted by Chris Cunningham. Cunningham got up, knocked it away, and then Jalen James cleaned up the loose ball as now off of a give back to Muhammad. Muhammad steps into a three. Why not? Off the front of the rim, no good. He gets the loose ball rebound, though, as it came all the way back out to the wing, and now a behind-the-back dribble from Avila, who has a 3-on-1. Only Isaac Thornton to try and beat, and they'll do a lay-in after a couple of passes back to Hurst. So Rashad Muhammad, after 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, he had the confidence. Why not take the shot, right? I mean, from what he's been doing, he's been knocking them down, but he is human. As now a dribble drive from Jalen James, tries the runner down the lane, but I think it might have been partially blocked as it just drifted out to the left side. Now Avila, he steps into a three ball. Doesn't take too many this year, but he did there. Loose ball again picked up by Avila, who just lays it in. That long rebound came out to Isaac Thornton, and Thornton was harassed, had a lot of body contact from Bejarano, and ultimately couldn't hang on to the ball, and now it's a 25-23 game with 3:20 to play. Jalen James brings it down across the timeline and then calls for a timeout. 30-second timeout for San Jose State. And we'll keep it right here. 25-23 the score. Spartans with the lead. And when looking at some of the numbers here so far, the Spartans had trailed by as many as 8 points. How about the evening so far from Rashad Muhammad? 16 points in the first half, 4 of 5 from the field, all of those being three-point shots. He's also 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Remember, he was fouled shooting a three-point shot. He has 3 rebounds this evening, and he leads the game in scoring with 16. Spartans are 8 of 16 from the field, 50% of course, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they got to do try to game plan with Muhammad in there. If he's on a hot streak, give him the green light. Let him go. Let him loose. You gotta let him loose.
He's been feeling it here in this first half. We've seen so many times this year that he's gone off in the second half, and now the inbound pass is knocked around and stolen away by the Rams, and in transition, flying in is Cohen, but he is fouled going to the hoop, and we'll take a break. When we come back, some free throws here for the Rams. 25-23 is our score. Spartans with the lead, 3:12 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Spartans basketball from Learfield Sports. And along with me is Alex Scott. Welcome back inside the Event Center. A 2-point lead for the Spartans, 25-23, 3:12 remaining in the first. Free throws to come out of this timeout for Colorado State. But the Spartans, just talked about it briefly before the timeout, 8 of 16 in this game, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. And the Spartans have 16 points from their guard, Rashad Muhammad, who's 4 of 5 from three-point distance tonight.
Very impressive early showing so far, so it looks to be like a sign of good things to come, potentially.
Still,
early.
12 turnovers,
yeah,
too.
Still. That's going into the halftime and second half adjustments. That's going to be one of them. We got to limit these turnovers. We're doing a good job so far, but we don't commit those 12 turnovers. You have a cleaner game plan.
Just disconcerting numbers.
Oh, yeah.
3 turnovers for Jalen James, 3 turnovers for Isaac Thornton. When you have your 2 point guards for the majority of this game so far, turning it over that frequently doesn't equate to good things for San Jose State. DJ Brown, the other point, hasn't committed a turnover, but we haven't seen DJ too much in this game.
Yeah, most of the time he's been on the bench, but like you alluded to earlier, your floor generals, they need to be clean and pristine out on the court. You know, they're facilitating your offense. They need to know the ins and outs of everything of your playbook.
David Cohen at the free throw stripe hit his first, and now the second one is also good, and back to a tie here in the event center. This is the now fourth time the game has been tied. There's been 3 lead changes in the first half already, 3:05 to play, and we're at 25s. James in the backcourt, a low bounce pass to Isaac Thornton, turns against the defender, tries to lay it in with the left hand down the left side of the lane, but a foul is called against Bejarano, hanging with Isaac Thornton, and Thornton will go to the free throw line. That's the 5th team foul for the Rams, and the 2nd foul against Bejarano.
I think one of the big keys to, you know, that Thornton was able to spring free, you know, is the play of Pollard. He's been able to clear out the paint, and going against Avila, you know, he's done a good job getting him out of the way to get open lanes for his teammates.
First free throw from Isaac Thornton is good. I think you make a great point there. When you have the bigger bodies for San Jose State in the game, it certainly does help their guards get room, get separation, especially from screens from the bigger players. It's just they can't do that too much because there's only a handful of players that are big enough to get down low and bang with the bigger bodies for Colorado State. Second free throw was also good from Thornton, and the Spartans again have a 2-point lead, 27-25. Out to the mid-range for Santo, who hasn't played all that much in this game, but he was one of the starters at 6'9". Santo just shovels it back to Avila. Avila skip pass to the left side. Octius, head fake, and now crossover dribble, tries to gain the lane, but he can't, kicks it back out for Hurst. Mid-range jumper from 15 feet away, and it's good. Can't fault the Spartans' defense there. Good looking shot from Hurst, and it's 27-all. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Boy, this is just eerily familiar to what the Spartans had against Utah State. Scoop back out to Rashad Muhammad. 3 on the way, and yes, it is.
Rashad Muhammad.
Rashad Muhammad with 19 points in the first half. When he is feeling it, it is not only fun to watch, it's scary to watch, because he just does not miss when he's feeling it. He has 19, and the Rams have the ball. Octius reverses it over to the right side, and catching it in the wing was Hurst. Thought about the 3, but instead he skips it again over to Cohen, and Cohen tries to feed in tight for Avila. It's intercepted by Rashad Muhammad, who goes to the floor to try and grab it. He has both hands on it, but it'll go by the way of San Jose State after Avila grabbed it from Rashad Muhammad. It was called as a jump ball, and the Spartans will get it back.
You know, Rashad Muhammad, you know, showing you can do it on the offensive end, but you know, he's able there to, you know, grab his lunch pail, go to work, and, you know, do the dirty work to, you know, really pry the basketball away.
And that was anticipation. He knew the ball was going to be fed into the post, anticipated it, didn't bite on the head fake, and then stayed with the play.
You can't teach that. That's just being a smart basketball, you know, player, high IQ.
Thornton with a bounce pass into the right elbow for James, and he crosses over, but one too many steps for Jalen James, and he's called for the travel.
You know, as this season's been, you know, been going on, it's been looking like James to be more of a facilitator than, you know, a scorer, if you will. You know what I mean?
Of course, he had that one real good game with the triple-double, but he hasn't been scoring all that much this year. But I think you're right. He's expected to be more the assist man, more the just playing the point guard position, not worrying about the points. And he checks out now for DJ Brown as Cohen underhands it into the hand of Octius. Chest pass to Avila. Avila puts it on the floor on the right side of the lane. Tries to scoop it up, but it's no good off the window. Outlet to Rashad Muhammad, and he lost the handle on the ball as he was trying to pull up for 3 in transition. Another turnover for the Spartans. Octius to Avila on the left side wing, and now he drives against Jaleel Williams, gets the ball away, and a shot away as he's fading along the baseline on the right side, rebounded by Matt Pollard. And the Spartans, with 40 seconds remaining,